Because to be exceptional, you need to be different. You have to do things that other people are not doing. They're going to be like, oh, that's too far-fetched. Like, there's no way that you're going to make it. No, honey, there's no way you can do that. I can. This is the hardest thing, I think. You can't just keep going. You have to work smart with every single move you make. You need to keep on trying. When it's ready for you, it will come. You can't lie about what other people think. When you say, oh, I want to do this and that, I will take this risk, you are about to receive some comments like, who do you think you are? Are you crazy? Why do you think you're going to make it? It's impossible. And you may not receive any support from anyone. And let me tell you something, you need to be okay, especially at the beginning of your journey while achieving a specific goal, receiving that kind of stuff. And I know it's hard, but let me tell you that all these people who are not supporting you, who are saying that you're crazy, they are the ones who are not putting in the effort on their dreams. Because to be exceptional, you need to be different. You got to have that fire and drive within you. And trust me, every successful people that you see, on the internet, like they are a little bit crazy. You had to be disciplined and you have to do things that other people are not doing. That's why I always emphasize on the fact that you need to be careful on who you take advice from, because you need to really ask yourself, do you really want to live the life of all these people who are tearing you down, who are not supporting you, who don't have the same mindset as you? Do they live your dream life? Like, do they? Do you, no. They're going to be like, oh, that's too far-fetched. Like, there's no way that you're going to make it. No, honey, there's no way you can do that. I can. Because I'm freaking disciplined. When you're starting out on doing something and you don't have anything to prove that you can do it, you really need to. I truly believe that hard work will always 100% exceed talent. Compared to people where one has the talent but doesn't work hard and the other one does work hard but doesn't have the talent. Like, for example, someone who is not very talented in dancing but they put in the hard work, they are going to eventually exceed the person who is talented but doesn't really put in the work. If you have the discipline but you don't have the talent, you just need to keep going, keep trying, and you're going to get better. But the thing that sucks in this life is that nothing is guaranteed. And you may become good at dancing, but there's always someone who is better than you, who has worked as equally hard as you, and they get picked. And that's why you need to work smarter. Like, blindly working on something constantly is not going to bring you huge results, you know what I mean? And that's how you're going to improve, because if you keep on trying but never learn from your mistakes or never change strategy, then how the fuck are you going to receive results? If you keep trying the same thing and not seeing results at it. Like, if you do not reflect and put that ego aside, because it's going to hurt your ego, you're going to be like, oh my god, why am I not improving? Like, I'm being disciplined and consistent with this one thing. All these people are saying you need to be disciplined and hardworking and you're going to get it, but I still cannot see results. Well, nah, you need to work smarter and reflect. And that is the hardest part, And the thing is that not everyone can be what they want to be. It's going to take a little bit of disappointment. For example, you want to go to point 1 to point 2. And once you are in point 2, you forgot how you even got there. But now it feels like this is point 1 and you keep stacking another point 2. But in reality, you have already gotten to point 2, but you keep adding, thinking that you're still in point 1. Like, you're already doing better than you were before. And that's because I think that sometimes we tend to be too focused on improving ourselves, the craft, whatever the goal is, that you don't really remember the fact that you have already gotten better. And when you don't pause, the hard work, the grind is great, but you lose track of time. And time is money. time is precious. Like, it's life, and you forget the point of it. Like, you're just constantly grinding, and you can become who you want to be. But if you sit here and say, oh, I can't do it, I can't do that, you're making excuses. Then of course you're not going to become the version of you who you aspire to become. We all are playing with the cards that we've given in life, and if you're sitting there complaining and thinking, oh my god, I can't do that, I don't have this advantage and all this stuff, then you're never going to become who you want to be. You're not going to move forward in life. You're going to become old. You're going to be 80 years old and look back and regret how you spent your life. I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have taken this risk. Well, too late. Too late. And I feel you, because it's hard. And that's why not everyone does it. And it's not for everyone. And that's why not everyone can become who they want to be. It's because you do not believe it. And when you do not believe that you can do something, you won't act on it. Like, a lot of people who are even less qualified than you become who they want to become because they just believed. Like, just a little bit at least. Like, you want to become a content creator? Then post that freaking video. That's what I did. I also dropped out of high school to pursue content creation full time. You can't be like, oh my god, it's too hard. What people are going to think about me? You have to post your first video, and is it going to be good or go viral? Probably not, and it's going to be shitty like mine. But you have to keep doing it. You need to keep on grinding, because who said that this is going to be easy? Because it's not. So that's why if you have a dream, you have to pursue it. You cannot sit here and say, well, Jennifer says that this shit is impossible. Who's Jennifer? Like, why the F do you care about Jennifer? Jennifer doesn't believe in herself either. So do you want her life? And then, yeah, people are going to judge you if you're afraid of it. But let me tell you this, to be exceptional, you have to be different from other people. Like, you were supposed to be different from everybody else and meant for big things in life, just because you're watching this video. And trust me, when you become that version of yourself that you so want to be, you're going to attract people who are aligned with you. But you're going to also have those people who are secretly envious and jealous of you, who are secretly hating you. You're going to receive hate. And that's why when you become her or him, you need to be selective with who you surround yourself with. Because trust me, the 5 people who you surround yourself with, they are going to describe you. And you're going to be friends with people who don't even freaking like you. You don't text them, then they are never going to text you. And that's not a true freaking friend, because friendships go both ways. And you are going to find people who are willing to invest time and energy and effort onto you just like you do. But first of all, you must have high standards. Oh, but I don't want to seem high maintenance. I don't want to become alone for some periods of time, because I live in a small city and there aren't many ambitious people like me aligning with my standards. Why is having standards so bad? Why does looking alone, being alone, have to be something that is sad or bad? What is wrong with expecting what you also bring to the table? Like, I like having standards with who I allow to surround myself with, and I don't want to settle, and that's why now I have no friends. And I prefer that. I would rather be alone than having friends who are misaligned with you, who are secretly hating me. I used to have friends who didn't even text me back. I was like doing all the planning, asking them out. Sometimes they would even like say no. I was constantly the one initiating conversations, and I was like, why the fuck am I friends with these people? And I sat down and reflected onto it, and I said, maybe it's because I was lonely. Maybe it's because I projected an idealized version of themselves. I was too focused on their potential rather than who they really were. And I was like, no, Amy, you're not going to do that anymore. And from now on, we have to keep those standards high and be grounded in reality. And the thing that I came to realize is that it's nobody's fault. Like, they are going to have their own insecurities, and it's also your fault that you kept being friends with them. Or maybe you also have some insecurities of yours. Like, pick friends who are as driven as you, so you guys can inspire each other to work harder and become the version of yourselves that you aspire to become. And if you're lucky, then you're going to find people who are going to support you, cheer for you, invest effort onto you like you do. But the most important thing is that you have to cheer for yourself. Like, you have to cheer for yourself and be your number one super fan even when no one is there for you. Because if someone is supporting you, then that's just an addiction. An addition. And round of applause for you, because not everyone has that. You have to learn to keep going even in times where you feel uncertain and it feels useless to even keep going, you know, which is why confidence is so important. You have to have confidence in yourself, in your skill, have trust in yourself, you know, because without confidence and belief in yourself, it's hard to do anything. And I feel like sometimes discipline comes before confidence, because I feel like sometimes you may not feel confident and certain and sure in yourself that this thing is going to work out, but just you really desire it. And so that's why you're going to be disciplined at it. And I think that this is how hard work pays off. And then you are going to gain that confidence and like belief in yourself, because you have the proof of the fact that you can make shit happen. Maybe you're not going to achieve that thing. Like for me, like for example, I dropped out of high school, right, to do this, and maybe it's not going to happen in that specific timeline that I set, you know, that I'm going to achieve it. Maybe it's going to happen sooner or later. But the thing is that if it's not happening right now, it means that it's not ready for you. And that's why you need to keep on trying. When it's ready for you, it will come. It will come right here. Okay, honey? And you're going to be like, oh my God, thank God, thank universe, all the hard work, the tears that I cried, all the times that I kept doing it, even when I didn't see any results, all paid off. All the things that people have told me, like, it will, okay? It will come. But now you just need to keep going. And this is the hardest thing, I think. You can't just keep going. You have to work smart, you know, with every single move you make. You need to be 1% better every single day. But you have to do like test and run, test and run. Try, fail, learn. Try another thing, fail and learn. Trying is free, okay? The thing that is preventing a lot of people from trying is disappointment, because it hurts your freaking ego. Because imagine, like, also me, like, I'm putting so much effort and energy in these videos, and I keep failing, seeing videos flopping, and I've been experiencing this for months and years. That fucking sucks. That's why people don't keep trying and just quit, you know, feeling like it's useless. Like, can I handle another failure? And then on the other hand, there are other people who are like, I have to keep pushing, keep doing this. This shit hurts as hell, but I'm going to keep showing up because I fucking believe in myself. I believe that if I keep improving, success is inevitable for me. They just believe, you know? They have this faith, and that's it. That is the only thing that keeps them going. And that's why faith is such a powerful thing, you know, because you believe that you're going to do it and make it, and that's why you keep going. And that faith just itself leads to success? No, that faith that you have is going to lead to the action that you are going to make. That action that comes from faith leads you to success. You just have to put in the damn effort. And the most hardest thing, but the most powerful one also, is that sometimes you're not even going to have faith anymore. If you can just blindly keep going, well, that's great, honey. you have become dangerous. And yeah, in case you're feeling some self-doubt and I'm feeling scared for even starting something, or feeling what other people are going to think about you, well, yeah, it's always scary. Like doing this type of things, trying something new, like it's always scary. Like it's not really a pleasant feeling. Like it's scary to go into the unknown, into the uncertainty and stay there. You don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to be like. But if you want to become a better version of yourself and achieve that big goal of yours, it's in reality a very, very good feeling. Because when you see all the progress that you have made, like just me looking back on how much I've changed just by starting this channel, I'm realizing that I became literally someone that my younger self would look up to. Like you're going to realize that you have become someone that you never thought you could have become. You know, like you're reaching your potential and your potential is always growing. And it's so cool when you think about it. Like you finally become that version of yourself and then you are like, oh my god, wait, I can become another version that is higher than that. And you're constantly evolving and you're looking back and feeling so proud of yourself on how far you've come. You know, like there are so many different versions of yourself out there that you can become. You just gotta believe. Once you believe, you can achieve anything in this life. And that's such an amazing thing to experience as a human being. You know, because sometimes all you need is delusion. And if you want to know how to refuse reality and be delusional, then watch this video. See you there, Dreamliner!